What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with Dark Eye Outpost and GeeksandGamers.com, and after a miserable playoff series, getting swept in the first round by the Boston Celtics in the NBA bubble, the 76ers have fired head coach Brett Brown, who has been there for 7 seasons. Honestly, I think this was kind of a long time coming, and more needs to happen front office-wise for the 76ers for them to get out of the rut that they find themselves in. This is a massive failure across the board. I think Elton Brand is probably still going to remain there, but Brett Brown officially is the first one out. Let's take a look at some of the details behind this and why the 76ers are going to be in so much pain for years to come if they can't figure out what to do with the players that they have. Sources: Philadelphia 76ers fire coach Brett Brown after 7 seasons. Brown's dismissal is expected to be a precursor for more upheaval for the 76ers, whose senior leadership, including Elton Brand, will begin exploring changes in the front office structure. Now, if you remember the 76ers, Brett Brown was there for the first, 4 seasons. The process where they intentionally tried to lose. I think that was a big problem for this team because you're trying to lose to get these talented players. But in the process, you're developing a culture of losing. You don't have any veterans around there, if they're there for that time, that understand how to win, that understand that team and that city and that franchise, that understand how to win. When you're actively trying to lose. When I say actively trying to lose, I'm talking about pulling all your good players, if you're up in a game, to try to lose, just so you have the best chance to get that high draft pick. That did result in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, 2 really talented guys that probably don't belong on the floor together, that probably don't work very well when you look at the analytics. But I digress. Let's continue on. The franchise's plan is that Brand will continue to oversee basketball operations. I'm not sure why, but that's the plan right now. Among the Sixers' senior leadership, there's still a strong desire to keep the franchise's 2 young all-stars, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, together, sources said. I don't see those 2 play styles working out together. We've seen this experiment, and it hasn't worked. Now, you can't really judge their first-round exit based on those 2 because Ben Simmons did get injured. But I don't think they had a chance to beat the Celtics, to be honest with you, even in a series with Ben Simmons is healthy. The Sixers are determined to let a new coaching staff search for ways to maximize Embiid and Simmons together before exploring into a discussion on trade scenarios. Brand met with Brown on Sunday night in Orlando and conducted exit interviews with players before traveling back to Philly. This was 76ers' 3rd straight playoff appearance under Brown, but the loss of Simmons, like I said, was a significant blow to the playoff chances. He is still owed several $1 million. That's not really a big deal. The focus is going to be on Ty Lue, former Cleveland head coach, now a Clippers assistant head coach. Obviously won that championship with LeBron in Cleveland. And one interesting thing does say they might look for Jay Wright, Villanova, a guy who's beloved in that city. I don't know if he wants to take the risk of coming there, but definitely a guy who's done so much at Villanova. Is that the next challenge he's looking for? Is the NBA? We never know with college coaches, so that could be definitely something to look out for. But as far as this team goes, look at this payroll, and this is why I mean it goes further than just the head coach. Brett Brown, I always thought like just a weak guy. I just never had any real respect for him as a coach. Never felt like he was a strong enough personality to manage those guys. I never felt like he ever really had a plan, just kind of went with whatever he was feeling at the time. Didn't like Brett Brown. I'm glad that experiment's over for the Sixers. But when you look at their payroll, Tobias Harris, this is next year. Tobias Harris makes $33 million. You guys let Jimmy Butler walk so you could sign Tobias Harris. And you're paying him $33 million. Joel Embiid, $30 million. Ben Simmons, $30 million. Al Horford, who looks like he can't do anything on the floor right now, $27.5 million next year. You're paying 4 guys $30 million, and this team looks average, right? That's the problem. You can't really fix what's there right now. I think you have to trade Embiid or Simmons. I would probably trade Embiid if I was him because he is the one that is more injury prone throughout his career, and I think you could get a haul for Joel Embiid. Look at what the Clippers gave up for Paul George, who's taking a dump in the playoffs right now. All those first-round picks for Paul George. I think if you're the Sixers, you could unload Embiid, and you could get a bunch of picks back and rebuild this team. That's what I think they need to do. This experiment to me should be over. They went through the process. Here's Brett Brown's, the process where they tried to lose for 4 straight years, and then 50 wins, a shortened season, 43 wins this year. Brett Brown, moving on from him, I think that's a good thing for the Philadelphia 76ers, but they have a lot more work to do with this franchise in order to fix it, at least in my opinion. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.